Why is connecting with Black diaspora heritage so hard? Imagine trying to find a piece of a puzzle that was intentionally scattered across different places and times. That's what connecting with Black diaspora heritage often feels like. The history of the transatlantic slave trade is a big part of this challenge. It forcibly took millions of Africans from their homes, breaking their ties to their languages, traditions, and communities. Over generations, many lost the direct knowledge of their original cultures, making it harder to reconnect with their roots today. Before slavery, African tribes and communities had strong cultural identities. They shared languages, rituals, and stories that were passed down through families. When the slave trade disrupted these social structures, much of that knowledge was lost or hidden. Some cultural practices survived and changed over time, but the original connections to specific ethnic groups became fuzzy or disappeared altogether. This creates a sense of displacement for many Black people in the diaspora who want to reclaim their heritage. Adding to the difficulty is the experience of living in Western societies. Many Black immigrants and their descendants face racial discrimination, social exclusion, and prejudice. These barriers can make it tough to find spaces where their culture is understood and celebrated. Sometimes, they feel pushed to hide parts of their identity to fit in or avoid discrimination. This makes cultural preservation a challenge because it's not just about remembering traditions, but also about navigating a society that doesn't always recognize or support them. The blending of different African ethnicities, European influences, and regional cultures in the Americas and elsewhere also makes Black cultural identity more fluid. It's not always a clear-cut heritage but a mix of many influences. For example, music, language, and traditions have evolved over time, reflecting both loss and creativity. This hybridity can make it harder to pinpoint a single, authentic cultural origin, which adds to the feeling of disconnect. Efforts to reconnect often focus on exploring shared African roots that unite diverse communities. Storytelling, community gatherings, and education about African history are key tools. Reclaiming languages, arts, and traditions that survived the trauma of displacement is part of this process. However, the legacy of slavery, ongoing migration, and social marginalization still make this a difficult journey for many. For Black immigrants and their families, balancing the desire to honor their ancestors with adapting to new environments adds another layer of complexity. They often have to navigate multiple identities, trying to preserve their heritage while fitting into different societies. Systemic barriers and social pressures can make this balancing act even more challenging. In the end, the difficulty in connecting with Black diaspora heritage comes from a mix of historical trauma, cultural disruption, social challenges, and the ongoing evolution of identity. Despite these hurdles, many continue to seek ways to honor their roots and keep their cultural stories alive. Their efforts help build a broader understanding of what it means to belong and to preserve a rich, diverse heritage that has survived against many odds.